Does it work?
It's spinning. There we go. Redirectly. Spin.
Is Gate nicht?
No, it's spinning. Right, you see? This part it open. Let's see what makes it zoom. Meeting. Please enter your name. Okay, can you enter your name? Connecting.
Recording in progress.
Oh, that's not all.
That's why. Moshe, how was Shmini? It's gone. Can you hear me, Moshe? Why doesn't he respond? Connecting to audio. Is that you, Tom? Yeah. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So I think you could actually turn it off. Yeah, turn it off. Okay, so Raboso, welcome everybody. Sitting in the room is just Jeff and David and myself. And we're expecting, Moshe, can you hear? Because you're not.
Yes.
Good, hi. Shvotov. Just to report where we're up to on various things. First of all, the Erev was extended as Rav Shimshon and Rivka. And in terms of money, you know, that he told me that there'll be more money coming very soon, because it's elicited quite an instant response, and it's made it a lot easier for that side of things. The plans that David Prince had advanced with representatives of Optus, which was the idea of them handing over the cables to us, the relevant cables in both Melbourne and Sydney, or North Sydney, maybe Sydney, and we took that to the minister. And I was in Israel at the time. I participated briefly in the meeting, and then my connection died. But Tom carried on with the meeting, and then David Prince had prepared an explanation paper as requested by the minister, and then I forwarded something that was slightly amended on April the 4th, and sent you a copy, or David sent a copy today, when I realised that, notwithstanding the fact that I intended to send it to you all, I didn't. And I managed to trace it, and then David forwarded it to you. And I've since followed it up with the second advisor to the minister, because I spoke to, we didn't get a response from the main advisor. I spoke to her, and she asked me to forward it on to her, and she would run with it. So that's that. The next thing is that Tom had suggested that we also speak to the shadow minister. The shadow minister hasn't been available, but in speaking to Josh Burns and explaining it to him, which was quite easy to do, Josh Burns has committed to arranging a meeting with her. He said it's more likely to be after the election, and there are a couple of ifs. Do they get elected? He doesn't know. And B, will she still be the minister? One doesn't know. He thinks that she will, if they're successful. Things won't change that much. He undertook to do that, but in the meantime, he'll set up a meeting with her senior. He'll try and set up a meeting with her senior advisor. The name of the minister is Michelle Rowland, and the name of the senior advisor, he told me a name, but I didn't internalise it. So those are those things. All right, now I'm handing over to David, and David, will you add things that should be discussed, please?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I saw, but that may mean I just missed. I thought you were circulating to the board the condolence letter you sent to the Sofa family.
I may have been meant to do that, but don't think I've done that.
Okay. So
and even if I undertook to do it, I don't recall whether I've done it or not.
Okay.
But we'll follow that up. Right. Okay. It was Nachman's sofa, wasn't it?
Yes.
And Shane. Yep. Okay. All right. So you'll follow me up on that, please. Right.
Yeah. Other than that, did you reply to me regarding the level crossings meeting? Are you available this Tuesday?
Yeah.
David,
okay,
can you speak to this?
Yeah, I'm going to. I just wanted to check before I said it.
Yeah.
So the level crossings people finally got back to us and asked for an online meeting this week, which Jeff and I, all being well, will attend.
And which level crossing is the one that it's affecting us?
Okay, so it's the one at Nearim Road where we have.
If I said more than 1.5 metres away, would you be comfortable to take off your mask?
Can Moshe not hear me?
I think there's Moshe, there's Tom. It'll make it.
I can hear you, David, but
Were you wearing a mask and short?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine, okay. All right, whatever you feel comfortable. Okay, carry on.
I'll try and speak a bit louder. So Jeff and I will meet, all being well, with level crossings people this week. The level crossing in particular is the one at Nearim Road, which is now an internal boundary. we have a fix at the moment that uses the racecourse fence, but the future of that bit of the racecourse property is uncertain. Believed to be likely to be developed.
Won't
And-
affect the fence.
Oh, it's just fence will surely come down during any work to allow bulldozers in.
No,
All sorts
it's
of
not. No, it's not sure because the most of it's on the other side.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, when we previously met with the level crossing people, they said that they wanted to accommodate us within the design. We wouldn't have to rely on this third party of the racecourse. So they were going to get back to us with what their design of lamp fittings was going to be
And poles.
and poles, so that they can work with us to put something in place that will meet their requirements and our requirements.
Fine. Okay.
And just out of interest, one of the tickling that Ralph made, fiberglass been fiddled around with, it's just been, it's not in location that it was meant to have been, just a difference. So, you know, Ralph put something above that hedge. Danny, remember where?
Yes.
Yeah, that's been fiddled around with, and
It has been.
it's still there, but it's not in the position that he put it in. So
Yeah.
we didn't think it'd last so long.
No, and but doesn't the new boundary go beyond that?
Yeah. This, so it's
It's an
irrelevant.
internal boundary. Should we ever
Yeah.
have to revert to
Can you do me a favour? Coppell's is trying to call, and can you call him and sort out whatever he wants? Okay. Yep.
so
Paul Saw is on. Shalom Aleichem, Paul. Where are you?
I am in the country called Western Australia.
So we've got Moshe, Tom, and Paul online.
We've got Moshe, Tom, Paul, and Benjamin's trying to get in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's carry on. What else, David?
Okay. I didn't know, that was news to me. I didn't know that fiberglass had moved.
All right.
Okay, what's next? Okay, so yes, it will be an internal boundary, and they were going to try and accommodate the light fittings and new poles to meet our requirements. So that's
You're at the front gate, yes?
Yeah.
so that's that. So we'll hopefully make progress on that this week.
Very good.
I'm not sure. I think I've been very, very busy with the extension. There's been a lot of call outs for new and old, and a lot to check. So that's been extremely busy. I didn't involve Jeff because he wasn't well. He had a streaming cold. He shouldn't, and then he had COVID. He had a streaming cold. He shouldn't have been out, but he was. Our new mashgichim are proving A1 plus. Very good. Richard Lou has picked up very, very fast exactly what we're about. Very good at spotting things and very handy at doing temporary fixes on things. And I haven't been out with Ashley, but the report from Jeff is that he's done well
Great.
too.
Right.
Just a couple.
David, are we checking the internal boundaries as well, or just the external?
Okay, so what we agreed with the Rabbanim and with the board is that there are now two internal boundaries. The one that goes roughly along South Road, Paynes Road, Jasper Road, which since it became an internal boundary has been checked every 6 months and will continue to be. And a new internal boundary, which is what used to be our northern boundary along Dandenong Road, and then it weaves through into Alma Road. That is now internal, and that will be checked every 3 months. So we went live on Rosh Chodesh Nissan, so that one will be roughly Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, beginning of Tammuz or end of Sivan when we check that. And we've normally done the 6 months one in ER and Keshvan each year. So
Well,
we
Eon's
will-
coming up.
I will check when we last did the old one. It got out of step with COVID and with the extension. So I'll check when we last checked Range Road.
And why is 1-6 and 1-3?
So we're due for ER.
What's that?
Why is 1-6 and 1-3?
Okay, that's on the basis of discussion with our contractor and view of our contractor as to how much he thinks could cause wards. History tells us could go wrong in certain lengths of time on those boundaries, on the basis that we want to check sufficiently often that if we had to call upon that boundary, the likelihood is that we wouldn't have too many fixes needed that would take more than a day to fix, because that would destroy the value of it. If we don't find out for Thursday that we need it and we can't get it in place for Friday, it improves the object. So he's comfortable with 6 months on the old boundary, but he's not comfortable with 6 months on the new internal boundary and has asked us to do 3 months.
My question, if I might, is you were saying, David, you've been extremely busy with things that need to be attended to, both in the new and the old areas. Is there any reason to feel that that's not a temporary thing? In other words, is it likely that there's going to be a lot more things that need repairing weekly or thereabouts in the future, or is it more likely it's just a temporary thing for some reason?
It's extremely difficult to extrapolate from 4 weeks to a year or more. History shows us that we can go 10 weeks without any work being done, or we can have 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I think, is our record consecutive that we do need work doing.
So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it, because then it'll become relevant, of course, for costs and so on.
We did have a brand new cover guard got removed by electricity company, which was totally unexpected and not happened previously.
You know, there was a electricity company who did that? Do you have knowledge it was?
Yes, it was an electricity company.
We can see the work that was done. They dug up the road. You can see what they've done. They put in a new conduit down the pole where our cover guard was, in order to take a supply from overground down the pole, under the road, into a property on the other side. It was very clear what they've done. But according to our contractor, and it matches our experience, rule number 1 of shared assets is you can move things that belong to other people, but you should not just remove them and take them away.
So what's the follow-up on
I
that?
don't think there's any follow-up, because we're guests. If it happens more often, we'll follow up. But on a one-off, it's more likely to cause bad feeling and problems than just trying to win an argument over you shouldn't have done it. Who knows who did it? Contractor of a contractor of a contractor.
It's fair to say, though, that Ian, our contractor, was pretty incensed at what had happened. So his courtesy is that they notify.
Yeah. I'm
Hospital
just,
place.
notwithstanding the suggestion, I just wonder whether it wouldn't be worth communicating with that company just to say, please let us know next time.
He does work for you.
Yeah. Was it UE?
I think I think it's United Energy.
So why wouldn't it be best if Ian was the one who would raise it?
No. Ian does not. It's not. He does not own the asset. We own the asset.
Therefore, what?
So it's up to us
No,
if we want to make a complaint.
why don't you rather have a discussion with Ian and ask him what he suggests?
He's done that. We had that discussion.
And what did he say?
Let it go.
Let it go. Right. Okay. Thank you, ball boys.
Sorry,
Thank
I
you,
thought
linesmen.
that clear.
Okay. Right. Next. What else we got?
What else was happening?
I don't know if we've met since we were at Rav Khan's place
No, that's correct. We met on the
before then.
Monday night, I think it was, before Rosh Chodesh Nissan, when we went live.
Right. So anyway, just
So
report
yes,
for the
Rav
minutes that
Khan
we had a
and-
very satisfactory meeting with, yes.
Sorry to bother
Yeah.
you. I've come to luck up. What time do you reckon I should come back?
In half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yes.
Back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
With a whiskey. Okay. No, joking. Okay. Right. Okay.
So the renewing of
Yeah,
the ARIF
that
all went
was
good.
him. Obviously. The renewal of the ARIF.
All went well.
All went well.
You did the Kenyan, a superb job.
Beautiful photo.
Beautiful photo.
And we had a nice attendance of Mashgichim as well. Thanks, Binyamin, for making it. Is his fence fixed yet?
No, it's not fixed. I've been on to it. I've told the guy. Right? I've been on to it. Don't put in the minutes.
I'm embarrassed. Mamash, I thought of sending a contractor myself just to do it.
I suggest if it's not fixed, we put an ARIV around it, his house.
That would exclude him though, Tom.
Depends as usual if you're buying or selling. One thing
David,
that's not. One thing
Right,
not.
gentlemen, any other business?
Yes,
I just
other
want to report.
businesses.
I just want to report to the Johnny Come Latelys that Rabbi Yurkovich rang me to tell me he'll be sending some more money soon. That the fundraising is going well. And yep, Paul.
What's the general public reaction been? We saw some nice SMSs about, there's been some good feedback from Rabbi Yurkovich and others, but what's the general public reaction been, David? Because we were concerned about potentially negative press. We were concerned about, just general spreading the news. Do you have any feedback on any of that, David?
There has been zero negative activity.
And Mark Cohen, in response to David's concerns, expressing the concerns of the board to minimise, too much public information, took down the various Facebook entries that they'd made about it, and we've just, gone along quietly.
And has there been any positive reactions other than the ones you've already disseminated?
I've had very positive reactions from many members of the DAS community complimenting it's job well done, and they're very happy. Covers the Cabrini Hospital mainly, and that's what people are often to Cabrini Hospital.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've had very positive
They're
feedback.
very positive from one of our new trained and pre-plate mashgichim, Richard Liu, who governs it.
While you stepped outside, David reported how satisfied he is with Richard Liu's contribution as a mashgiach in terms, and you are similarly with Ashley, and Michi's had a go.
Michi's had one go, just
Right.
Logistically, it's awkward taking it around, but he wants it in the back seat.
Richard Liu, who's he?
Richard Liu,
He's from Rabbi Yorkovitz's.
he's from Tzurba, who governs it.
He attended the share that the Ruth gave a few weeks ago on a Sunday afternoon, and I'd never met him before, and I said to him at the end, you probably found it a bit difficult to follow because of some of the technical language. He said, no, I've done a lot of work in relation to all this, and I understood it perfectly, which was very pleasing and surprising to me.
What did you say about Michi? He won't sit in the back seat.
No, anything I took with Rabbi Greenwald, because I've only got a month to do with that.
Yeah.
And just for training,
Yeah.
he said he ended up with a sore back and he won't go in the back again. So, we'll just wait until an opportunity arises.
Tom, people of our age shouldn't be doing this work. God, that's ridiculous. Okay.
Well, why'd you pick him?
I also
I didn't pick him, but Moshe did, and I went with it.
Yes, okay. Well, anyhow, not important.
No,
Could
not
I
important.
raise two things that haven't been talked about yet?
In a moment, Dave. Is there
I'm just
anything
going to
else?
say one more thing about that I had contact last week. We checked on Wednesday because of the answer. I had contact on Tuesday from Yossi Marguli, now running the Adas side, to say he was likely to be short of resource for the Wednesday, and therefore I went out with him on the Wednesday. And I have to say that was a very positive thing that he did that, because in the past, frankly, what would happen was we'd have got to 4 p.m. on Wednesday and discovered nobody had gone. So very positive and reinforced that it's good that
that's
he reaches
terrific.
out to us.
Terrific.
Thanks for the feedback.
And he never that.
All right,
So we went out together last Wednesday.
David. Anything else on your notes there?
I don't think so.
Right, Tom. Over to you, mate.
Two things. First of all, maps.
Tom Smimmer. We're on.
Where do we stand in relation to maps at the moment?
Maps. Where do we stand in relation to maps? That was the question.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the answer might be. There's a map in the app.
There's a map in the app.
I don't think the map is such a big.
No, it doesn't have a street yet.
Exactly.
We discussed that.
And the boundary is, it shows. Went by, you've got the wrong
And
side of the street.
I said that I was going to try and get in touch with Graph Data or
That's
Alan
right.
Feynman,
That's right.
and I've
So-
not
So
located
you're
it.
going to find.
But I have not. But I have not.
Are you going? Is it still on your agenda, or have you given up?
I'm prepared to give up at this particular point in time. It was on my agenda, but I think I'll give up.
I also sent messages to Graph Data and got nothing back.
Right.
David, we talked several weeks ago about a contact I think Mark Cohen may have found, and you indicated that you weren't going to be able to get to it that particular week, but you could get to it the week after. I said I'd try to get to it that week and didn't manage, so just wondering how we've gone from there.
I haven't done anything about that.
Do the bank might know somebody, just guessing.
It's suggested that the bank here might know somebody.
Just ask him, he might. 'cause he's
Question.
Paul, why don't you ask him?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
My other question relates to the question of apologies and of withdrawal of earlier rulings by Rob Wurzburger. Has anything happened positively or indeed negatively in relation to either apologies and or withdrawals?
So Rabbi Greenwald said to me that the statement doesn't exist anywhere, that he scrubbed it. The Wurzburger, we got copies of it. That's true. Okay, Tom, if you insist, I'll go back to Rabbi Wurzburger and get him to
Yes,
do it. I
because-
just let it go. But yeah,
Because if we let it go, when someone needs to in 5, 10, 15 years, will fall off the back of a truck, and it's no use saying it doesn't exist because it does.
no, you're 100% right. And Benjamin, you want to go with me to Rabbi Wurzburger? No, it's all right. I don't mind. I was just playing with you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Someone want to do it.
Okay. So, Tom, you want to prepare a one-line, withdrawal for him, and I'll take it to him and ask him to put it out.
Okay.
Hello. Done. Right. All right. So, what else? Anything else on our?
I don't think so.
Okay, guys, I
Yeah.
think we're going well. So, look,
The only
David.
thing, then of course we get to the end of the meeting, we should make a date for our next one, which I think we're perhaps living in more normal times than we have when we're busy getting the extension up and running. It seems it's up and it's running. It doesn't require particular attention from us in the foreseeable future. So I would suggest about 6 weeks from now.
so give us a date.
Well, let me go through the.
That's all right. While you do that, while you
2,
do that.
Well,
3,
given that we're 1 week into the
4,
Omer, 6 weeks from now, will
5.
take us to
Excuse me, guys. We don't have to do it at this time anymore. We can revert to. Oh no, it affects moisture. The moisture. If the moisture, it's
as
1
Paul
a.m.
said, as Paul accurately observed, it will be Shavuos in 6 weeks' time. So
Well, that's a good time.
yes, it is a good time.
So let's do it. Let's look at the week before Shavuos. What's the week before
the
Shavuos?
week before Shavuos, just hang
It's
on.
Yom Yerushalayim.
That's 29th of May in my language.
Is that? I think in our language it's Yom Yerushalayim. Check.
I will do that checking as you speak.
Okay, Jeff has reminded me we haven't talked about other Eruvin. Which
No,
is-
well, I was going to come to that.
You are correct. It is Yom Yerushalayim. It is Yom Yerushalayim.
So I suggest the week before. Oh, the week before is Kaf base.
The week before is nothing special according to what I have.
Okay, so what date is that in the English?
That's 22nd of May.
All right, so that's a month from now. So let's do that. 22nd of May. All right.
What's the real date?
The real date is the 22nd of May.
No, that's Pope Gregory's
It's
day.
it's
Our
cuff,
day.
it's
Yeah,
cuff
that,
colours.
that makes it more real than anything with these
I think
pagan
it's
names.
cuff colours.
You prefer
I think
pagan.
it's cuff colours. Anyway,
You prefer pagan names for months.
okay,
David?
all right, guys, I haven't got time for this. Okay, now the next
I'm being-
discussion was. So I think no, I had time for that. I haven't got time for what's going on in the background. So then the question of the other Eruvin. So I think as soon as you two decide that we can manage it, you do it.
Hang on. I think we agreed, based on advice from both David and Jeff, that the next target should be Dingley, and I'm not in a position to disagree with any of that, so I
So
accept
what are you
that.
saying hang on to? What are you
Sorry?
hanging on to? What are you saying hang on for? That's the intention.
Yes, but don't we need to work out who's going to pay for this? It's no use spending time and effort, and then at the end.
That's good. That's a valuable contribution, Tom. Right. So determining the feasibility costs money. Yes, you guys charge for your time. So determining not tough. Okay. So, excuse me. So, who was it that asked? Who, the rabbi there, yes? Hello.
Rabbi Johnson and Rabbi Mendel Heller.
Mendel Heller, right. So Rabbi Mendel Heller needs to be told in advance that there will be costs associated with he has to cover. He's got to raise that
in
money.
advance, unlike what we did in the northern extension. We don't be in a position. We're doing it on a wing and a prayer from Yurkovich number 2, and the guys in Dingley are infinitely not as rich as the people in Turak Malvern. So unless we actually see the colour of the money, the chances of getting the money after the event are going to be 0 or less.
Thank you for your valued contribution. I just mentioned in passing that Rabbi Heller is Rabbi Yurkovich's nephew. I thought you might like
that doesn't increase the probability; it decreases it.
He
Suggestion?
is Chaya Groner's son. The Rivka Sterner, Miriam, and there was one Chaya, I think. She's in South Africa.
He's Rabbi Groner's grandson.
Paul.
Just a suggestion to
Rabbi
further
Groner's grandson.
just
What
to
did you say,
further
Paul?
just to further Tom's suggestion, if we were to send an email along the lines of, based on previous Eruvin construction, we anticipate that there'll be a construction cost somewhere in the range of X to Y, and an annual maintenance cost of Z to whatever. And to firm this up, we'll need to spend $5,000 of money doing some preliminary work. Are you able to afford the $5,000, and can you afford the anticipated construction costs and annual costs? Please advise.
Sorry.
So,
keep going.
Tom, I think
my suggestion,
we
Danny,
don't have expectations of that level of cost at all. But I think a note will go to Rabbi Heller saying that there will be costs associated with the preliminary inspection, and after we've had the preliminary inspection, we'll know what other costs there may be, which we've got to fundraise. You happy with that, Tom?
I think a better way forward might be to invite him to our next meeting, and so he gets a feel of how serious we are. We get a feel of how serious he might be, rather than doing it more remotely by email.
I don't think that's necessary.
Rabbi Johnson's indicated
Yeah.
that it's feasible. We wanted to
Yeah.
Once we know it's feasible, then we can say to them.
Listen, I'll copy. I'm happy to send a note to Rabbi
One
Johnson.
thing you possibly have also forgotten
Yeah.
is that initially I was told that I could investigate Dingley.
Yes.
So I did spend some time, which
Right.
I've never charged to anybody. Which
Right.
I'd be happy to charge. I think that should be first paid, is my existing time spent
Do you
already.
have any idea how much that might be?
It's less than $5,000.
Of course, it's less than 5 days. How many hours do you spend on it? 1 hour?
No, I spent 4 hours a few times actually going there. So let's say 20 hours.
20 hours. You spent 20 hours. Oh my
I
God.
said,
Philip,
let's say 20 hours. I didn't say it was 20 hours.
please let me know.
Let's say 10.
Okay, I've got a list. I've got a document with a list that says exactly on what dates and how long I've spent.
Okay. Anyway, but
I
that will be to me,
Mr. Lamb,
and I'll follow up. Okay. All right. But the significant, the main thing is that we say up front that there are costs.
Now, the other thing is that
Yeah.
whilst Optus infrastructure is still on the poles there, we don't know how long that'll be.
Yeah, I'll have to tell him all that. But I haven't got the patience, Tom, to have him come to a meeting. I'm happy if Jeff or David speak to him, that's enough.
I didn't pursue it after you knocked me over, but I still think it's a much better way to go, but I'm not debating it.
Okay. Right. What else? Any other items, gentlemen? Rav Moshe. Yes.
Nothing to comment. I'm just sitting here and quelling at the fact that we've dispensed with the masks. We've had a Chag Geula, no more masks in Artzena Akdosha.
Ka'et Chaya. Ka'et Chaya. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Okay. David.
along with Tingley was ARC. Now, there's no reason why we can't do two things in parallel, or at least start to look at ARC while we're looking.
Same deal though.
So same with ARC.
I've told. I had a conversation with. I think did I mention to any of you? I had the conversation with Michael Naftali. I thought I even wrote about it. And
he sent
yeah.
me.
Yep.
He sent me an email not long before Pesach saying, "How about us when
you said
when
you got that from Gabby Kaltman?
Yeah, from Gary Kaufman. You're right.
Yeah, thank you. Right.
Thank you for the question. Gary Kaufman sent me an email saying, "Congratulations on the extension. Da, 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 da. Now, how about us?" And I said, the board will have to decide its priorities. However, when we did look at it previously, we couldn't quite work out a route. And if there were to be one, he said there's an extension to the extension. And I said, I really don't think an extension to the extension is feasible, even though it's very close. It would have to be standalone. Yeah. And he said, I'll be in touch again after Pesach and invite you over to come and visit and have a look.
That's fine. So he needs to get the same note, which you and I need to sort of make it happen. And I spoke to Naftali. I made Naftali. Naftali was the person who originally approached Naftali and Ronnie Krongol with the original one. And Lionel Krongol. Lionel, not Ronnie. Ronnie's dead. Lionel. And
Ronnie's dead. Paul's dead. He went to school with me.
Gents, can I excuse myself? I'm actually at a family simcha.
Okay, thanks,
mate.
So
we noticed.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Call to Paul. Hope everything's sorted out. Ron died.
I'm not menacing who's dead and who's alive.
Okay, anyway, so Lionel. So I spoke to both of them, made it clear the money's involved, and
scouting. That's what we've got to know. For investigative purposes.
I wanted to pay. And Michael was going to Israel. Was going to be in Dubai for the last few days of Yom Tov, and then come back. So he'll be back this week, and so we'll follow it up. Okay. Any other matters, gentlemen? Okay. So I want to thank everyone for their participation. So we've got a date and we've got some action items to proceed with.
Okay.
The next meeting to enable, who do we have to enable? Moshe. So that for the time being, we'll do the after Mariv on the Sundays. All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so it might be 5:45 next time or something, in a month's time, in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Yeah. We'll announce the time. Okay. Kol tov.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, join us. Yeah. 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 Sorry, I thought it was like an old thing. They used to see they should have like marks. Good. Yeah, you got stuff. Your content not talking was at the machine. They were, I think they were books. Yeah. To watch his mum used to come to their house, I think, in safe haven. Do you have food? Yeah. What do you want? Chips on this one. Okay, you got a kegel here, you got this good fun, that good fun, chicken, which you don't want. Soups. Which soup? I don't know if there's meat pies available. I think we finished them. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not available. Anything else? There's no meat pies in that one. Which soup do you want? Chicken or the other one? I don't know what it's called. Yeah, this one. You have this also. It's vegetables. 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 Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Rouge. Good boy. They love them. Wow. So they joke around half an hour. Put the one sick, you know. You tell to me all the time. You have to do that time. I can show you about that person there. Not so this guy started with student, but you know, goes to stay for a million times. What? Joe. Yeah. Get to know you. I sort of have, you know. Yeah. They say, I think the start book was 26 years or something. He said he's got Hamish just in Philly. Bringing Hamish stuff is a problem. So, Hamish very guys are so serious in your you know? Wow. Got like serious standing for everything. Yeah, like again. Not more fun. They're showing off the pussy. Yeah, they're showing on the sort of showing matches how we do with the rebel. What? No moving. None. How many more days do we have to campaign for? Do a last minute rush? Or Joe Roseberry paper, Dominic. That's yeah, she could go that. I say he wouldn't know that. Of course he does. Yeah. It's still even sure that way. Not sure. More soup? No, it's very cold. Alright, so you put this one out a little more. That way shall I put it in longer? Do this to finish. Not good. As good as a meat pie. Another asking for face up. We ran out a week before, so we should buy more, I think. Yeah. See what I found? No, I do, not the whole thing. That's like a study. Why? Why are you watching football? Why? What's the question?
I don't know.
Are you going to watch it tomorrow?
I have an excuse not to go to Shiur. Watch the last quarter.
No, we'll tell them beforehand for a time. Are you going to, correct, they're going to say Joel like last time? You said Joel more times during that match than they ever have. Colin Geelong. Correct. During that last quarter, I was doing, no, I wasn't even in the same room as you. Correct. I told you, idiots. Unfortunately, that time you actually got it right every time. It's going to be another goal. Why you go? How's that track going? And you're that night? You're on there as well. No. Yeah, we'll do one. That's an over. Good time. Good time. Good chance. Really? I'm too full. Wow. I'm too full. Wow. Because you're on the left, good answer. Yeah. It's true. She's still like your mom and everything. What? Yeah. But yeah, sorry. Yeah. Not bad. I think. What did you say? Look at it. Who's my dog? Who's the dad? That's her husband. You want this one, bro? Go on this side. Kegel? No. Good. Look, yeah. Right. That'd be busy. Yeah. Yeah, mate. Yeah. I'll be such pain. Oh. Middle isn't it? Who should have good? Bro. Long weekend, save money, but you. Money's channel 24. It's channel 24. So no, I'll do the practice, right? No, we'll just be no context.
Yeah, if you talk about mate, anyone in the world who knows me. Yeah, we're looking at it because one does big R.
Yeah. So you call you standing in there.
No.
The spoke to Santa the other day, said this and that.
There wouldn't be many autographs.
It's too sacred. Almost up. No. Almost up, good. Oh, no. Oh, pots.
Last year, the Prime Minister arrived, had no confidence motion against him.
Yeah.
So they paid $40,000, which is a fortune there probably. And probably it's the whole story anyhow, but $40,000 each went to parliament to support the Prime Minister.
Very good.
There's Rottenstein.
Out. Children. Serve children. You know that, right? Healthy, that's a lot of it. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. That's right. Not the way it like this 40 when it's 15. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Beautiful thing, yeah. Oh, beautiful thing. They're laughing at each other. Beautiful. Yeah. Good camera. Yeah, good. Yeah, enough. Yo, yeah. So you take that guy. We got enough to do that. You just go there every month to shop us. He's with that. I'm going to be a thin slice. Thin. You don't want to do it? No. So I'm not. Very good. How much you do with that is? Is that English? Is that English? Eh? Thanks for that. People in Ukraine know that Ruth is Jewish. If you know, what is knows? What happened to allow a Jew to be Christian? Because I know his children were baptized. Yeah, well, that's right. Probably not. That's that now. Oh, I would on it, love. You would have thought it pretty, I like it. I doubt that. Yeah, why doubt it? Why doubt it, love? Because I wouldn't allow it. That's good as that uses business. Right. Yeah. Please.
One have a table, I have it one with the part. With the door, I can have a part, no, with the part. Sure.
Goes to Laura. Boy. Good.